One is an idiot, it might be both of them. Shut up, dude. It's a podcast.
How you doing?
Pretty great, man. How about you?
I'm sweet. There's another guy here.
Another guy. What's up, man?
Hey,
How you
hello.
doing? It's Ricky.
Brothers.
It's Ricky.
Thanks for joining us, bro.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
You're a
man.
busy guy. You get up
You're
to
like Mountain Dew as a person.
Yeah.
Like you see the Mountain Dew ads and it's like dudes fighting and then drumming and then like choking cunts out and you're like, that's not a real dude.
Yeah.
And,
I like to
Ricky
do
exists.
Yo, speaking of fighting, I had to
shit.
fight my way out of your house. Right
Now-
after we recorded, everybody's dressed as cowboys. Everybody got their blood up, and I had to fight my way out of your fucking
The
mansion.
best part here is you can tell me your vision and then I'll tell the truth.
The bro went to say goodbye to me, and he gave me a slap on the face.
Can you show me what he did?
No, I would never be so disrespectful.
Because I can.
There's not much to it, right? No, well,
What did you do in response to?
Look, I
What is-
no free hits, bro. I responded, and then I squared up. It's like, is this what we're doing? Is this what we're fucking doing?
I'd like to point out that this person told me he was like, I just thought I'd test him. I just,
Yeah.
let's see how
Well,
he reacted.
Now you know.
yeah.
Now you know what will happen.
And he tagged me back that hard that I went, oh, that's right. He's Helvis's best friend. Of course, that's what his reaction to this would be. Now, this got worse.
No, okay. So I come to say, I'm like, fuck, I'm out of here. It's all going down. I was leaving anyways, but I like, Helvis, love you, see you. And you did that thing where you clap somebody on the stomach and the back at the same time. You did it just a little bit harder than you intended to, but my hackles were up, so I did the heihachi, like drop the center of gravity down and push out at the same time.
And I
And it
went,
knocked you backwards, but real slowly. Like I almost had time to go get you.
yeah. It got physical.
Yeah, it did get physical. But then I asked you later, like, hey, it was getting physical when I left. How was the rest of the night? You're like, it was fine. I'm like, oh, fuck, I must have been bringing that energy.
It was kind of cool that the douchebag left early.
Yeah, bro, hard out.
Yeah.
Can't fault you.
Like, you don't wear a hat, bro, but that night it was backwards.
Yeah.
Shit.
Don't put hands on people.
Oh, dude.
Both of you put hands on me.
My favorite part about him smacking this dude is he's actually like a flatmate. And a day later, bro, he's like, bro, can I borrow you? I want to do all these chores. I want to do this. I want to do
Oh,
this.
yeah.
And I'm like, shit, I'm going to get Jizzy to slap this dude more often. Like,
Slapped into line.
yeah. As soon as you left, bro, that party was just awesome.
Chilled out.
Chill as.
Nice.
Played Circle of Death.
Once the violent guy left, far out.
Yeah, I reckon, bro. Stirring up troubles.
Yeah. Fucking grunge music. What are
Yeah,
you gonna
bro.
do?
Well, you're a bit of a fighter yourself, Ricky.
Yeah.
Well, what
This is
discipline?
probably our first
You're a martial
podcast.
artist. There's not too many musician martial artist crossovers, right?
There's a couple.
Oh, there's
no.
Maynard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he doesn't have like competitive fights, right? You had a
Yeah,
in a real
yeah.
fight.
I've had 2 fights now.
Yeah.
Muay Thai, kickboxing.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I mean, have you done other disciplines or just focus on Muay Thai?
Nah. So the gym that I used to train at in Wellington was mainly a jiu-jitsu gym.
You got to
So
eat that
just-
mic, my bro. Yeah,
Can I
right
eat
up
that
on
mic?
there. Yeah,
Right
yeah.
there?
Have it
Okay.
like that. It might sound uncomfortable at first, but it'll make sense.
My apologies. I'm
You're good,
usually
bro.
sitting behind the drums.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah,
the guy
yeah.
holding the mic, right?
This is cool, bro.
Yeah, so the gym was a Brazilian jiu-jitsu gym that also did Muay Thai.
Okay.
And so I would see the classes, and I thought once I stopped Muay Thai that I would join.
Yeah.
And then I left there, and I've started training somewhere else.
Okay.
So
So you never got to the BJJ.
no, Muay Thai's enough. It gives me my fix.
Dude,
Yeah.
I gotta ask.
Sure.
Is it like when you get hit, there's obviously X amount of what the fuck. When you hit somebody, is it the same? Like is it as good as much as it sucks?
I'm sorry about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
But at the same time, landing a clean hit, it actually doesn't feel like you're hitting anything.
Yeah,
Your
I've
hand-
heard
Your
that.
hand just glides through.
Yeah.
So, like, you feel the solid hits, and the solid hits are good, but like a fucking clean hit, it just
Like
sails through the air.
I don't know. I always think of it in like I'm retarded, so I think of like Street Fighter. Like someone kicks me, and I'm like, oh, that's taken this much health, and then I kick them, and I'm like, I took the
Yeah.
same amount of health.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I don't think that's how it works at all.
Yeah,
And,
no.
like,
I hate to spoil it for you, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
The human body doesn't have a health bar.
fucking A. Bro, I reckon I'd take 2 kicks. 2 kicks, bro, and I'd be like, this is dumbass, and you'll just shit. Like, I'd pack a
He
sand.
said,
bro.
Sure.
he said, like it's one.
Well, no. Like,
Yeah.
when
Yeah, it's
when
one.
you're-
It's one.
He's
bro.
trying not. He's trying to be
When-
nice.
No, I
It's
reckon
When you're
one,
competing-
one I'd probably be like, okay, I respect your thing. Yeah, sweet. And then the next one, I'd be like, you're just a fucking dick, bro. You just roll around kicking people. Like, I just take it the wrong way. Like, yeah, I'd ruin it.
When it's a competitive situation, or if you're sparring and you're training for a fight, like getting hit's a part of it, and you actually need to retain your
Of course.
composure.
That's what I
right?
mean.
In the ring,
Yeah.
like you can't lose your shit. And
That-
you've,
but
It's a
you've,
bit like anything.
by
You
the-
get used to it, right?
by the time you fight, you've done thousands
Yeah.
of rounds.
But
you
I
know?
mean, and then the same way, like you get kicked and it sucks in, or when you have to maintain your composure. But then you hit something clean, and you're like, yeah, and you get excited, and it's like, no, maintain your composure.
Yeah,
like is it as good as it's? Is it as good as it is bad? I guess I'm trying to say.
a fight's happening so fast that you don't actually have time to
Course.
to do that,
Yeah.
right? Because like it okay, yes, it happens. So in my fight, I threw a Superman punch.
Yes.
A big Superman punch.
Hell
and
yeah, dude.
he went like this and stuck his arm out. So he put his hand in my chest, stopped the momentum, but it still hit him. And the whole crowd went, yeah. And I was thinking to myself, like, oh, look at this guy go. Look at me go. Right? But it was only for like half a second,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
then this guy's coming back.
Of course.
So
That's what I mean.
it's not so much about not letting it control you, because like you can be excited for a second and then, oh shit, some guy's coming to punch me in the face.
Yeah.
And so it's gone.
It's just all I think of in my head is like, okay, sweet, let's start. Minus, minus, plus, plus, minus, 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 minus,
Yeah.
minus. Like,
Yeah. That happens.
That's
That-
what I mean. Is it like
that-
positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, positive?
There's an incentive to
yeah.
keep focus, so you get hit in
course.
the face, and it's very distracting. But the incentive is, if you don't stay laser focused on the guy, you're going to get hit in the face
Yeah.
again.
But it's entirely instinctual. When you get in that ring, like the more practiced and experienced you are, the more resolve you will have, absolutely. But it's like, oh fuck, I'm trying to think of what I'm trying to say. Sorry, bro,
all good.
lost my train of
It's all
thought.
good, bro.
Do you ever
Um,
do you ever jack it up with one of the bros you spar with to just like
Oh yeah,
attack
hard
you
sparring.
randomly during the day? Like
Oh no. Sorry.
like you just be going to your car
You
and
just
5
get
in the
taken
morning
down,
and it's just
dude.
like
no, we plan our sparring and
Nah, I'd
Yeah,
fucking
we-
element. Next
yeah.
time you have a fight, you should just work on the element of surprise. Just get these cunts to just jump out when you're like finishing work, and the bro just jumps out in the gear, and you have to just see how you react.
oh, well, we will kick
Don't
each
do
other in
that,
the
bro.
leg
That's a shit idea.
randomly.
Bro.
If we're just standing here having a conversation,
Oh, yeah.
I'll just say, duh! I won't do it hard, but you know, and you'll do it back to me. Like we fuck around like that.
Bro, see,
Absolutely.
that's the sort of shit that where I'll be like, "You're a fucking dick, Ricky."
Yeah, bro.
I
Yeah.
take that the wrong way, dude.
How's it conditioning your shins? Are you like iron shins?
Oh, they're pretty good compared to the normal person.
Yeah.
but-
But what about Muay Thai fighters? So?
I mean, the really hard out cunts over in Thailand
Yeah.
kicking baseball bats and
Yeah.
fucking
It's
trees
like
and
they
shit.
I did just a little
Right.
bit of Muay Thai when I was younger.
Yeah, but
Oh, here we
that's
go.
only like the real
Just a bit.
Here we
hardcore.
go.
You know, they're only doing that to prove something. Most fighters anywhere, their shins are just like yours. They're more conditioned, sure, but
Yeah.
they're not like rock solid.
And dead. And,
Yeah, you know.
Didn't Anderson Silva's break?
Yes, it
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, so
yes,
fuck
it
it,
did.
doesn't matter.
And then
No,
a couple of
that's
years later,
nasty.
the guy who we broke his leg
Chris
against
Weidman.
broke his leg
Yeah,
in a fight.
yeah. Did it.
Yeah, bro.
Chris Weidman, eh?
Chris Weidman.
Yeah. Almost the same.
Yeah, pretty much exactly. And somebody photoshopped a photo of their legs wrapping around each other. Oh, bro, it's the most brutal shit.
Okay. So, how much of a crossover from your training to benefits in death metal drumming?
It's actually the drumming that's allowed me to
Keep.
train.
Yeah.
Because to go way back in the day, right, to take you on a story, I was 19 when I started playing drums, and I was
It's late.
I was a fuck up, I was a fuck around, I was a druggie and an alcoholic, and I was just doing nothing but living on the dole. And I was also working at this bar, and every Wednesday we'd have jam nights. And after working there for a few months, whatever it was, I decided that, fuck, I want to learn how to play drums, right? And I got up on stage, and everybody else got off. And I was like, fuck, I really need to focus and dedicate myself and learn how to be better. I want to do it. And so, you know, I've then spent 20 years this year playing drums.
So-
I'm still shit, but I've spent 20 years doing it. And all because I made the decision that I needed to be dedicated and motivated and learn how to do this. And that has affected the entirety of my life. The jobs that I've had, the success, relative success that I've had in my jobs, learning Muay Thai and kickboxing, all that stems back from what I learned playing drums. So it's the drums that's affected everything else. But playing drums is awesome. I fucking love it, bro. I love playing in a band. It's the fucking coolest shit ever.
Yeah, if you're training all
almost
the time.
as cool as fighting.
If you're training all the time and
if you can only pick one, what do you pick?
I'd say now Muay Thai because I'm also coaching.
Yeah.
So I'm training the next generation of fighters and cornering them, and we've had a whole bunch of fights and we've got a whole bunch of fights coming up. Whereas drumming, I've been doing it for 20 years. I've pretty much reached my ceiling in terms of what I'm going to achieve. Right. So like I do it because I love it. I try and push it like we're going to get somewhere, but I've done my time. Whereas in Muay Thai, there's a maybe not a future per se, but there's a future. There's path.
An avenue.
Yeah. So if I had to pick one now, Muay Thai. If it was 10 years ago, because I've been training for 2 or 3 years by that point. If it was 10 years ago, it would have been drumming. 100%. But I'm not stopping drumming anytime soon. I love playing drums. I love playing in a band. I love playing.
Who are you playing
shows.
with at the moment?
Teeth and Nails. These guys.
Oh, yo.
Yeah. So we are about 6.5 years old. We've played up and down the country.
I've seen you
up
live.
and down the North Island.
I've
seen us live.
You're awesome. Yeah.
You
guys fucking bring it, dude.
Yeah. Cheer, bro. We've played Smash Fest when it was still going, which was one of the biggest festivals.
Yeah, I played Smash Fest.
Yeah, fucking dope, bro. We were 2021.
Is that Gisborne?
Yeah.
Oh, Middle Tower.
Yeah, Middle Tower. Yeah, Stevie and Stella were the ones that put it on. So we've played Smash Fest, we've played the Napier Death Metal Festival, which Roger and Claude have done a great job. And that's like, in a country where there's not a lot of big deals, and what there are, there's only a couple of them.
Yeah.
Like the Napier Death Metal Fest for the metal scene is one of those big deals because it's the bros. Everybody knows the fucking Nicholson brothers. Everybody loves them, and it's just amazing shows. So, getting to play those two as well as all over the North Island has been awesome.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Sick. Nice, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Have you got any major what would be the shit to do with your band? Like go to Aussie or headline festival or
Aussie would be the natural next step. So in terms of like a dream for the band would be one of the big ones, Download or Kerrang, if either of those are still going, or something in the States.
Varkin.
That's Varkin, bro, Varkin. Right, that's like the dream of every metal band that's taking it somewhat seriously.
Yeah.
But I'd love to go over to Aussie someday. It's not necessarily like the pinnacle of
you're right.
It's the next logical step.
Yeah,
but those dudes in Aussie, their band Parkway Drive.
Yeah,
they're like fucking world beaters now.
Oh yeah.
They've gone from like playing in their mates' houses at the beach, and just like their bassist, bro, quit, and they just got their friend, and we're like, look, it just goes like this.
Yeah.
That's
anyone can play bass, bro.
Yeah, but especially playing in their band and stuff. And like, I think one of the dudes in their band likes metal and wrote their songs, and the rest of them were
just like chill surfer.
The
dudes,
rest of them were like surfer dudes who were like,
mate.
I like everything. And but now those dudes are putting on like shows that like, I don't know, when I was a kid, bro, like shows like Metallica, like Monsters of Moscow and shit, like when Pantera and
91, 92.
That sort of giant pyro and all that sort of shit. Parkway Drive are there now.
Oh yeah,
they're doing these shows of like humongous stage production and fire and all. It's like, aren't you fellas just wasted cunts from the beach in Australia? It's cool as, man. It's just, I think it's awesome to watch bands go from that sort of shit to it just shows anybody flukes it and gets up there. But Parkway Drive are a cool fucking example of that.
Especially in a very saturated industry market thing, whatever you want to call it.
But I think if you go to Aussie now, because of what Parkway Drive have done, the doors are a lot more open. Like there's a lot of brutal shit coming out of Aussie. Like what's that other one, Portal?
Yeah. There's a lot of brutal shit coming out of New Zealand, man. Fucking organectomy,
but
Plague of the Fallen.
What I'm meaning is that with that Aussie connection,
utilize the remains.
With that Aussie connection, what's happening is cunts are like, it's starting to be more noticed, which
yeah.
instantly, once that happens,
Yeah.
we can start clicking into that buzz. And
Sure.
because I prefer the Kiwi shit purely because it's fucking amazing.
Oh,
guys,
bro.
like
Plague of the Fallen.
Organectomy and
Oh,
fucking Plague
Organectomy
of the
is so
Fallen.
good. Levi is impossibly good on the drums.
Levi,
Impossible.
Yeah, he's impossibly good.
Impossibly
Dude,
good.
I reckon
It's not,
Impossibly
it's not
good.
reasonable. Yeah.
he's a saint.
You reckon?
Yeah, yeah,
The saint of
yeah,
Kiwi
yeah.
metal, bro.
No, I reckon
Yeah.
it's just God just went, you need to go back and sort some shit out. And he was just like, okay. And then he showed up and he's like, oh, it turns out this is amazing. And yeah, Levi's fucking cool. But no, Plague of the Fallen's another one you're saying. Blindfolded.
Stu, impossibly good on the drums.
Blindfolded. All of these dudes. There's impossible levels of talent in the New Zealand metal scene that, like, it's scary.
Can I tell you a somewhat controversial take? It's not
Go
really
for it.
that controversial. Don't get too excited. What are they called? The
Fuck,
alien
there's so
weaponry.
many jokes.
Alien weaponry has opened the door for so many Kiwi bands overseas, right? There was Kiwi bands that went overseas and like did little bits, but then oh god, what was it? Alien weaponry. Yeah, fucking come on, Ricky. Alien weaponry went over like not headlining shows, but playing big tour festivals and shit like that. And since then, the quantity of Kiwi bands getting out there and doing shit has skyrocketed. At least in the metal scene.
They kicked the fucking door open, bro.
And so, like, I get pissed off when I see them called thrash metal because I'm a thrash metal guy, and seeing the fucking media calling them thrash metal, I'm like, they're not fucking thrash metal. But like, they're not exactly my thing. But I'm like, they're doing their thing, and they've opened the doors, so they deserve the respect for that.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
At this point, bro, they can call themselves what they want.
But they're not fucking thrash metal.
No, hear me out.
It's got to get the point across to a regular person, right?
They can call themselves what they want. You're talking about newspapers, journalists. These are the same people that call.
Oh yeah.
These are the same people that call death metal screamo.
Yeah,
you know, like don't fucking. You can't take them seriously.
Alien Weaponry's not called themselves.
That's what I mean. Like I think Alien Weaponry cop weird slack because it's not their fucking fault. No. So my Inga's never. No, that's what I mean. And there's so much of a buzz. Like I've been at parties, bro, where people are like, "Oh, it's not even fucking metal." It's like, dude, shut up. It's totally metal. It's totally metal. Those dudes would.
Yeah.
Bro, okay, so there's this band Knock Loose.
Yep.
I don't know them very well. I'm like an old man looking at metal these days. But Knock Loose did a song with, is it Poppy?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah. Suffocate is the name of the song.
Sure.
Okay? It's pretty cool. They were on Jimmy Fallon. It caused all this shit. Wicked. Fucking brutal stuff's on Jimmy Fallon. Shut up.
It's cool seeing like metal at the Olympics, metal on Fallon, bro. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. So a couple years ago, there was a tour, and it was like Gojira, Deftones, Poppy, and Alien Weaponry.
Oh, bro.
And it's like, so in the conversation of top metal bands on the fucking planet, these fellas are in it.
Bro, well, the tours they've done, man, the bands that they've
that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Anybody that's talking shit on them aren't in that fucking league.
No.
So shush now. Yeah. And I'm not trying to give you shit there. I'm purely meaning these guys have just managed to do something that, like, I think every band that makes it probably pisses off 8 other bands instantly. Like, you know, when the Deftones, there's probably heaps of cunts that were around that era. Like, fuck, I was skating way before Chino, bro. I had a 7-string before that guy, man. Like, you know, I bet those things exist.
Yeah.
In the same way that Iron Maiden has guys that were like, they took our riffs.
Fucking Nico retired recently. Big ups to Nico.
Yeah. That's a
played
big
his
one.
last show.
There's a metal podcast. This is a metal podcast that we're doing right now. It's a metal podcast.
I'm here. We're in a middle shirt.
You've been in middle
hat.
Technically, I suppose. Do you guys want to talk about some news?
I think we do.
Do you want to do a metal podcast, or do you want to talk about some?
We can.
You want to talk about some current events?
Sure. I
we
might
should
not
do
be
a metal podcast later.
Yeah. But I'm not
when someone cool is here.
Yeah, hang on. You have your own metal podcast.
Yeah. Metal drummers.
What's it called?
The Drop Clutch.
The Drop Clutch.
Yeah.
Right, if you want a metal podcast, go over to Ricky's.
But I can't be on it because I'm not a fucking drummer.
Yeah.
Okay, wait on. He's going to fucking pop a vessel.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
Let's go for the news. What you got?
I'm keen. But
we got all kinds of shit. Did you hear about all the planes going down?
No.
Okay, there's a few that went down for various reasons. Mostly bird strike, it seems, right?
Boeing. fucked.
I don't know if these ones in particular were Boeing.
Probably.
So there's a plane that crashed over the Baltic Sea, and at first people said it might be bird strike. It was very much shot down. There's like video from inside the plane of it being shot.
I'm pretty sure that one was a Boeing.
Do you remember?
For real.
But do you?
But I mean, Airbuses are susceptible to bullets.
Back on one of our earlier episodes, we talk about how in order to test bird strike, they run these engines for 12 hours.
Yeah.
And
Throw
then
frozen
throw
chickens in
frozen chickens into it.
Yeah, dude.
That's not a bird. That's a different stage of bird. you know how there's states of matter. That's a different state of bird when they're throwing frozen projectiles into this fucking thing. It's not the same.
No.
So when they say, "Hey, a bird took down this fucking plane," it's like, no, it didn't.
Yeah, that's
You're
why
lying.
that's why it was all riddled with bullets over the conflict zone in Russia, right?
Well, I don't know. Do Russian birds carry guns?
Probably.
Dude, they might.
There's a high
Of all the
chance.
birds,
Hey.
maybe
Yeah.
the Russian ones too.
It's my bird.
So Putin,
I want gun. Give me gun.
Putin apologized for this going down. He didn't say that it was the Russians that did it,
Yeah.
but he
But
was
he
like, "I'm
apologized.
sorry this happened." Yeah, dude.
Yeah, he
But-
wasn't so
yeah.
much apologizing, but he was like, "I'm
Like-
sorry that this happened."
Yeah, I'm sorry it happened.
Wait, so
But this is crazy because I didn't realize that you could just fly a commercial jetliner over like a fucking war zone. They do
you
that?
you can,
Bro,
parking.
Why are
you
they
know
doing
how-
that?
you know
Planes
how when
fly
you-
over America all day.
Yeah,
You know how you're driving down the road, bro, and there's lines.
yeah.
Yeah, you can cross them.
Can.
Nothing happens.
I mean, it depends.
Well, something
Like
happens
you get in
eventually.
trouble, but
Hey,
like nothing
something happens-
physically is
somebody
gonna.
coming the other way.
I mean, you know,
Your car can physically cross that line.
Yes, it
though.
can.
Yeah,
Can.
yeah. In the same way that it's like, hey, I've got a commercial jetliner. I'm going to fly it over this zone. Hey, don't do that. And then later it crashes because of bullets.
Yeah.
Like,
It was very much bullets.
yeah.
that
What was the
brought it
other?
down.
There was another one.
I mean, there was
recently.
another one in South Korea last week,
Oh.
which they said might have been bird strike because the landing gear didn't deploy. So there's footage of this plane coming in and it just doesn't have wheels, and then it crashes, and then it explodes in a fireball.
Boom.
Dude, they managed to save 2 people. Everyone else died, but they meant some fucking crazy ballsy people managed to save
What
2
was-
people.
Have you seen that
okay,
video?
The,
Bro.
Okay,
There was another one. They
Lee,
were like
Lee
Boxing
Jeong
Day.
Hung, the head of the Muan Fire Department, briefed the media that the cause was, quote, estimated to be the occurrence of a bird strike or bad weather. And I don't know if you've seen the footage, but it's not bad weather.
No, the sun is
It's
out.
also not fucking bird strike because that doesn't make your landing gear not come out.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
What if it's heaps of little birds? That you can't see?
They've glued, they do that saliva thing to glue a nest, but around where the landing gear comes out.
Yeah,
and
bro.
it's stronger than the Boeing hydraulics.
Korean duck spit. Is... I'm glad I'm not a Boeing lawyer.
I don't know. I thought it was amazing that there's 2 cases and it's so
There was-
flippant. People are like, yeah, that's probably bird strike. Like,
Wasn't
no,
there-
it's fucking what?
Millen, can you fact check me a plane crash on Boxing Day or Christmas Day? Thank you. What else you got? 'Cause
What else do I have? Oh, I got
one.
Okay.
you know the
Bro, what else have you got? I've got one.
Yeah.
I do this on purpose.
Yeah.
You know the Kainga order
I
houses.
feel seen.
Yeah.
So
Bro.
fucking rhythm sections.
I know the Kainga order.
The Kainga order houses. Did you know, like in 2023 or whenever Labour was in last, in 1 year, 4 people were evicted from Kainga order houses
I did not.
Doesn't sound like very
because they were bad people.
many. You see?
Did you know, like,
That sounds
since
about right.
from July to like now, in 2024, there's been 23.
Holy shit.
Okay.
That's a high number, eh?
Yeah.
To go from 4 to 23.
Yeah.
Now, either that's a really strict law, or people living in Kainga order houses are dicks. Not all of them. Fuck, that sounded badass. At least 24 of them. Yeah,
At
yeah.
least 24 of them, yeah.
There's 24 of them at dicks.
But
bro.
that seems like somebody needs to check that, eh? Right? If it's that big of a jump.
No, I mean they talked
Wow.
about it. They talked about it at least a little bit about how people in state houses just get a free ride and they can act however they want, and the taxpayer still pays for their housing. You can come down on whatever side of that argument you want, but that is that they telegraphed that move. I think
It's a national government They're always going to go stronger, bro. They're always going to go stronger on that kind of shit. They're always going to crank those numbers.
Crack down on benefits, dude.
It was Azerbaijan Airlines.
That's the one that went down in the Baltic, got shot down over Russia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
one?
yeah.
Sweet. No, yeah, it was just a weird statistic because what I think about that statistic is nothing.
Well, cool. Thanks for sharing.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Shut up.
No, it proves nothing.
That every single one of these things is like individual and should be assessed as such.
Yeah.
The idea that they draw conclusions enough to make a graph and be like, look out, white people. Ah! That's where I'm like, shut the fuck up. This is hard enough.
Yeah.
What is your fullest problem? Like, out of everything, but there's planes falling out of the sky with bullet holes, and they're like, it was birds.
Yeah. Those bird strike. Yeah.
We're gonna have to have a break soon.
Anything could be bird strike. Can I show you this first? This is a painting of Christopher Luxon. Check this
Is it
out.
the one that looks like he's in a butthole?
Now, yeah. So this looks like he's in a flesh tunnel.
Yeah.
It's a haunting picture. The reason I brought it in is because Trade Me removed it from their thing. Like they classified it as like not okay to be selling there.
How much does that cost?
What, to have it removed?
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's a couple ways to think about it. And one way that someone could potentially do is to sue Trade Me, to subpoena their emails, to see what was the thought process behind taking this down. Was this deliberately, I don't want to piss off a vindictive prime minister? It might have been that. Right?
I'm pretty
'Cause
sure you
it's
can
not
buy
breaking
Nazi
any,
shit
this
on
isn't
Trade Me.
breaking any rules. It's just a picture of a guy.
Yeah, it's
in a tunnel.
pretty clear what the tunnel is. Though.
Well, what is it, Ricky?
That is the inside of an anus.
Is it really? Mine doesn't look like this.
Bro,
I
you know
imagine-
what's funny is?
Bro.
I reckon yours does. If we checked everyone in the room, I reckon yours looks like
Mine
Chris
might
Luxon.
look the
Bro.
most like this, but it doesn't mean it looks like this.
Pink and fleshy, come on now.
But with like a
Raw,
guy in
pink
the
and
middle
fleshy.
being like, I
Yeah.
used to run in New Zealand.
The question is, which way is he going in? Is he going up or is he going out?
It's break time. Let's go. There's all kinds of news in the news, man. Did you hear that Meta is scrambling to delete its own AI accounts
Eh?
due to a backlash? Meta, about 2 years ago, created fake people with fake backstories and fake races and religions. And,
For the metaverse?
No,
on
on
Instagram and
Instagram.
Facebook and
Oh.
shit. They'll
So you
have
could-
a
you could just
profile.
find-
yeah,
yeah.
I'm a 70-year-old black queer mum of two.
Yeah.
Who wants to chat with me?
Yeah. And if you messaged it, it would respond,
Just
and it was a fake person.
Straight up fake people, but people found out about it, and now they're being like, "Oh yeah, sorry."
And
But
they're
there's all these
just deleting
interesting,
them quick as.
all these interesting interactions with when journalists found out about them, and they start asking it questions like, "What are you up to?" And it's I don't know.
It's
I thought-
crazy that they'd need to do that because Facebook is the most populous country on Earth.
I don't think it's a country.
If it was a country, it'd be the most populous. There's like fucking, bro, so many people.
2 billion users.
Something like that. Something ridiculous. I'd believe it if it was the metaverse. I'd be like, yeah,
It's-
of course they're making fake people to fill that up because nobody's fucking
I think
on
it's
it. But
dead.
why are they-
Facebook and Instagram,
why are
man.
they doing it
This
for
shit is
Facebook?
real. Absolutely.
I think it's dead internet theory too, though.
What's dead internet theory?
Oh, that like 80% of the interactions you have online are bots.
Yeah, I think there's
And-
a lot of that going around.
And everybody's a lurker. There
Yeah.
is not as many people making comments as you think there is.
Yeah.
And when you look at comment sections and go,
yeah.
fuck the human race,
Yeah.
it's meant to do that.
Yeah, because it's
It's
either
meant-
bots or people who
It's-
who think highly enough of themselves that they'll go out into the ether like
And
this
even
is what I
that,
think.
I think the bots have been like, I have this theory that there's only, like, I work in retail, bro. I think there's only 12 avatars of people.
Yeah, there's like
Elaborate.
Tommy C, Stevie B. God damn it!
What are you
So
fucking
there's,
on about?
so there's
I'll
only
get
12 avatars.
Yeah, I think there's 12 avatars of people.
100%.
Personalities jump in and they change it the way it wants, but I think there's really only 12 people. There's only 12 stories, you know, like,
Yeah.
all that sort of shit. So everyone's just a little variation on one of the 12.
I'll give you that,
Which
but
gives,
Okay.
which gives you
I can-
billions of variations.
I'll give you
Yeah,
that. But I
yeah,
believe
yeah.
one of the 12 is total wildcard that just does.
No,
that.
and that's my favorite. The
Yeah.
13.
Yeah, but
Oh, so that's how you see it.
There's a
Yeah.
mutant hybrid never considered for mass
we've all
production.
met a couple of people who would just exist outside of
Yeah.
what the rest of people are up
And
to.
you can be at a party with 12 people,
Yeah.
and there'll be one dude that everyone's like, what the fuck is that
Yeah,
guy's
what's his
problem?
deal?
That guy's weird. And it's like, yeah, he is, because he's not like the 12.
Yeah.
And like, 12 zodiacs, 12 gods,
Half-
12 fucking clock numbers, all that dumb shit, because there's 12 avatars of people. Retail,
Sure.
bro. You think about it. It's like, oh, here comes this. And if you wrote down what your customer was going to be, you could only do that 12 times.
Sure.
That makes sense.
Without, if you got to
Scam.
24, you'd be like, hey, wait, this one and this one are the same, and this one and this one. And you do that enough times, there's only 12 people. They're just different. They're just different versions. Like, there's a rugby version of all of us.
Sure.
Reckon?
Yeah, bro.
The rugby musician is even less common than the fighter musician.
He's not a musician. He's a rugby guy. And he likes fucking something else weird. Painting. But that's what I mean. There's a weird other version of us already here. Not a multiverse thing. This guy already exists here. Yeah, there's only 12 people, and they're just slight variations on everything.
Interesting.
That makes a billion. It's a bit like I don't use guitar pedals because you have two tone knobs that you can adjust to anything. So you already have like a million variations.
But you don't like to have like a chorus or like something you can't get out of a tone, not like a
Nope.
nothing. You don't like
Don't
a
need
little
Just
little
same
I don't
tone,
have
whole
little,
song.
little like high pass filter or
I don't
like
like
a
that.
wah, none of that shit.
Nah, not for me.
Interesting.
But yeah, 12 people. That's why it works.
Yeah.
13 is the wild card. 6 people upset by something, 6 people laughing, one guy being like, "What if they filled it with sand?"
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah.
Who
And
the
six
fuck
of,
is-
and
yeah.
6 of the people have an impossible story about that 13th guy.
Oh god, now there's 18. No. What's your next news?
My next news is I read the manifesto of the exploding cybertruck guy.
Yeah.
You guys read
Wait
that?
a minute. Is this the manifesto that guy appeared on the Sean Ryan show? And he was like, I got this email, which is the manifesto of the Cybertruck guy.
No, there was apparently
Okay,
two
wait. Do you know
documents
who
on his phone.
Do you know who Sean Ryan is?
No.
Sean Ryan is an ex-CIA contractor.
Okay. Oh, yeah, well once you
Ex-special
leave the
forces.
CIA, you definitely don't associate with them anymore.
Yeah, so that guy has a podcast. It's pretty like
It's a psyop.
Psyop, bro.
it's
the
it's
whole thing's
it's
a psyop.
it's
like
not
the
late,
fucking whores with their tits out in the army uniforms. Look at me.
dude.
Come join the army.
That's the
Psyops.
worst. The army thirst trap is
Yeah.
the worst.
Dude, Sean Ryan's not like I don't think he's any way leaning, but I think he's going that way.
Oh, I'd say that's a bent. That is a lean in some ways.
He's a psyop. I think he's a psyop. He's ex-CIA.
For audio listeners, his arm went straight.
He does that. he interviews the people. Anyway,
his fingers pointed.
Cybertruck things happens. He interviews this guy. The guy's like, "Hey, I got an email from the shooter."
Okay.
From the exploder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you know that exploder was on a fucking History Channel show called Super Soldier, where he was partnered with Tim Kennedy?
That I did know.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I
Tim
don't-
Kennedy put a post up being like, "Who knows this guy?" And everyone was like, "You fucking do, bro."
Fuck.
Yeah. Anyway, so on the Sean Ryan podcast, which is like, it's very popular. It's huge. It's very
You'd say it's almost populist.
like
Almost
it's not leaning in a particular direction.
really in a
Yeah.
particular
Anyway, he posts this fucking interview with this guy, Sean Shoemaker or Shoetaker. I can't remember what it is. But anyway,
It's
that
Shoetaker.
yeah, that dude.
I love that.
Turns out the email he provided that he's like, yeah, this is what I was sent by the shooter, by the exploder,
By the Shoetaker.
by the exploder, and this is the thing, and it's all a psyop, and he brings up like gravitatic drones that use this weird flight, and China has them, and it's a stupid manifesto.
Yeah,
turns out the guy that Sean Ryan interviewed is like famous for bringing out fake emails and saying it's real.
Right.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Sean Ryan ends up posting the next day, just before the Shoetaker stuff comes out.
Yeah.
I can't reveal what I have to reveal. Me and my family are going into hiding. I might still be on socials, but it's not me. It's one of my handlers. And it's like, oh, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, I reckon.
And then an hour later, it's like, hey, this Shoemaker guy is all shit. He's like famous for saying, this is a real thing and this is a real thing.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, it's not. And then he just goes into another sphere of craziness and comes out with emails.
So this, you could look at this as a rare W, where people realized that the thing that they were all into was fake and kind of pulled back from it. As opposed to like a lot of the shit these guys are into, they're like, yeah, this is fake. They're like, I don't care. I feel the same way. We're still doing it.
This is what's funny to me. It comes back to the dead internet thing. I think people have such a little grasp on how much their social media is fake and influenced by bots.
Yeah,
that
most of it.
When they see the guy sitting on Sean Ryan on his sitting on him when they're on his
bouncing
podcast,
on him,
bouncing, doing tricks on and shit. When they see that guy on that podcast, it legitimizes him in their mind.
Yeah.
And so they see this shit and they see there's fucking 4,000 comments and 8,000 likes and shit, and they don't realize that that is not the number representative of how many people have actually interacted with it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does.
Yeah. And I think boomers and like, do you remember the generation that used to hit us? Yeah. Those guys.
I was very little, but yeah.
Do you remember them telling us don't believe everything you read on the internet? And now they're ringing you up being like, Michelle Obama has a dick. You're like, what the?
Yeah.
No, they don't. Get off Reddit. Like,
Stop watching Fox.
yeah. And bro, you find out, you go to their house and it's like they have one movie channel, one sport channel, and Fox.
Yeah.
And it still costs $70.
Yeah.
Not naming any names.
This guy, I read his real manifestos, right?
It's not real.
Here's a not the one you're saying, different ones.
Oh, where
The
did
real
you get?
one.
Was it in the
there was two
Cybertruck?
Yeah, there's two notes that were on his phone. Okay, one of them is
Wait, his phone was fine? Didn't he get incinerated?
Shit gets backed up to the cloud. But it's a lithium ion battery fire, so everything was incinerated. Yeah.
Wait, what was the phone that went up?
No, this was released by the police, I think.
You must have seen that the first reports coming out had a very suspiciously Middle Eastern name attached to them.
Yeah, but his name's like Livensberger or something.
Yeah, and he was
Turns
he
out
was
it's a
in the
white
military.
guy.
He's a
White guy. I believe he spent some time in the US military.
He did. Now that was kind of his point. So here's a quote from one of his manifestos.
On that show with Tim
Quote,
Kennedy.
"This was not a terrorist attack. It was a wake-up call. Americans only pay attention to spectacles and violence. What better way to get my point across than a stunt with fireworks and explosives?" End quote. So he's just like fucked up. Like in his manifesto, he talks about like, I killed people and it weighs heavily on me, and I think about the people that I've lost, and I'm gonna fucking kill myself. But since I got you all here, I rented this Cybertruck. Here's some fireworks. Fucking America, baby. So honestly, I kind of appreciate his honesty. His point fucking sucks, but he's honest and he didn't hurt anybody. Okay, in the manifesto, he says people need to wake up and see the 1% is not taking you with them. You are cattle to them. And then he finishes the manifesto with, we need to rally behind Trump, Musk, and RFK.
The fucking tone
He was
deafness
so
of-
close. He was so
close.
I think we should all just appreciate how good it is that the Cybertruck is so good.
It was amazing, right?
That a
It's
bomb going off and it didn't.
Probably saved a whole hotel's worth of people.
You did bring up, how that man was incinerated beyond recognition.
It's a battery fire.
Except
If you ignore
No,
all
that's
the
what you're about to say isn't real.
his army ID and passport.
That's not real.
That's real as.
It's only good if you ignore all the fucking hundreds of videos out there of the Cybertruck being shit, going haywire.
Yeah.
Shit falling off.
Have you seen that? If it snows,
everyone-
it blocks the headlights, and you have no headlights anymore. You have to get out. And
I love the idea though that a white suicide bomber has sent everyone crazy.
Yeah,
That's not a suicide bomber.
Did he
It was
shoot
like
him?
it was a look at me suicide.
I mean-
He
shoot
didn't
himself
hurt
in the
anybody
head?
else.
No, that's fair. But
That was the information at the time, was that he shot himself in the head and then this went off in a timer. But I don't know. I didn't look into it that closely.
You probably should have.
I read his shit. I didn't. Whatever.
From where?
sure, fuck that guy.
I don't know. Can't remember now.
Where
Doesn't
did you
matter.
find it?
A guy gave it to me.
Just a guy.
You
Just
watch
believe
this.
him, bro.
You watch this. I just want to try something. Bryan Johnson.
The lich? What about that fucking guy? That guy's a lich.
A lich.
A lich. That's somebody
Little
who
lich.
Look
gains
into the
power
camera.
and they
Yeah.
Look
and
into
they
the camera
become, and they become so selfish and twisted and evil that they attempt eternal life. He's a fucking ghoul, dude. That I choose my words very carefully. Bryan Johnson is a fucking freak.
I think a leech is like Shang Tsung.
A lich is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a lich is a wizard that tries to live forever and
Shang Tsung,
basically
right?
sells out their soul for eternal life, and they end up doing horrific evil shit. But the
I mean,
mission is
that
stay
Shang
alive.
Tsung?
Do you mean Bryan Johnson is an ACDC or something?
Yeah!
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna harvest my son's plasma.
Okay, well, you're going to have to elaborate. Why is he a lich?
No,
Like, didn't he almost die?
that's not who he's
Didn't
talking
he almost
about.
die? Didn't he have some shit?
He made hundreds of millions of dollars.
His
He was fat and
voice-
unhealthy
his
and
voice went?
depressed. And he.
Just sec. You haven't said it's not the guy from
It's not the guy from ACDC.
Thank you.
No,
Oh,
he's
okay.
a CEO.
Yeah.
He's a CEO of the
Okay, well, you
company
fucking-
that. He's the CEO of the company that bought. Welcome to the podcast,
He
motherfucker.
was making out like it was.
He
Oh, he's-
made a
we're-
company
we're
that got
liars.
big enough that it bought
Charlatans.
Venmo. So he was
Jesus.
the CEO of Venmo
Okay.
for a while. And he realized that he didn't want to live anymore. Like he was like a practicing Mormon, and he found himself praying that he didn't exist anymore. Like, I just fucking hate myself. I wish I didn't exist. And because he's CEO brain, he thinks the opposite of that is trying to live forever. So he was like, well, this isn't healthy. I guess I'll try live forever instead. And he becomes an obsessive fucking freak about that instead. So what he does is, after not taking care of his body for all these years, he starts working out rigorously, getting lots of sleep, and controlling his diet really thoroughly.
Okay.
Which, you know, you'd think that would have massive fucking benefits for a person. And it does. But also at the same time, he starts measuring everything and starts taking like 100 vitamins and pills and shit a day. Then he starts also injecting himself with like HGH and shit.
Oh.
Because obviously injecting yourself with human growth hormones in your 40s, that's a way to live longer. That's definitely not like a vanity thing so people
Didn't
can
it
take
work-
pictures of
It's
you with
not-
your shirt
hang on,
off.
hang on.
It's
Something
definitely
that's
to
killed lots of
live
cunts.
longer.
Hang on.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Not
sure
like
that
it's
worked for Rambo. I mean, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah, but that works for him. He's trying to live forever, like narratively.
True.
This guy,
Stallone's just trying to be the shit now.
this fucking guy, he harvests his son's plasma to put in his body, because his whole deal was like, I'm reversing my biological age. I'm getting younger, and it's one of those things where it's like, you don't look like a 45-year-old guy anymore. You look like a 35-year-old alien. You look fucking weird. And all the decisions you make are fucking... Like, he's a sick fuck... He's a lich, bro. It was so upsetting to watch, like, who he is and what he does.
Have you
You've
guys
been
heard
pretty
about?
fired up about it.
Have you guys heard about Project 2045? Speaking of living forever.
2045?
2045.
I don't think so.
Okay, so I watched the video. It might have just been internet bullshit. I don't fucking know.
Who cares?
About 10
It's
years ago,
real.
this Russian fucking billionaire or whatever had started a project called Project 2045, where he was getting all these scientists together to work on transferring the human consciousness from the brain into a computer.
Okay.
So it might be bullshit. I don't fucking know, but I remember seeing it like 10 years ago and being like, okay. So yeah, Project 2045, Russian billionaire, world's best scientists, allegedly working on it.
It seems
Yeah, to
like
transfer from
There's-
the mind
there's-
into the computer.
Okay.
To essentially
I-
live forever, which is how it ties back to
Okay.
your story.
It's
I've
an interesting
made a-
project, but
I've made
just
a
put a
point
number
of-
on it.
I made a
I don't
point
Well,
of not remembering this.
the project, sorry, bro, the Project 2045 is that's when they want to have the goal achieved.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's-
it's just like, but
that's
it's
the
the same.
timeline.
It's the same as we're going to transfer human consciousness into a computer. Like, okay, that's very impressive, and we're going to do it by 2045. Like, okay, see you then, bro.
Yeah,
Dude,
it's
there's
not
a-
necessarily that they're saying that's when it's going to happen, but that's the goal
Sure.
for them to work
No, I
to.
understand.
There is a website you can sign up to. It's a social media website that will learn everything about you, how you post, what you like, and when you die, it'll keep posting for you.
Oh, well, that's kind of fucking
For whose
morbid.
benefit?
Your family.
Your followers?
Your family.
Oh, your estate?
whoever.
Bro,
Damn.
imagine being high and seeing some dead cunt posting on Facebook. You'd be like, what the fuck is this?
Dude, I had that early on. I had had your dead friend likes McDonald's, and I was like, oh my fucking god, he's dead. That's so terrible.
Dude, I can remember getting
like
up.
anything.
I remember getting up one day, bro, having a cane, fucking walking out. Oh, it's a good day. Fuck, everything's mean. Pick up my phone, saw your post, and it was like, this person does not like McDonald's.
No, he's dead, dude.
He's dead.
Yeah.
And I remember reading that and being like, fuck, how is this how we remember our friends? Like, this isn't cool.
It's the world we're
like,
in, bro.
Like, not that, like, because
No, I get your point, bro.
There's totally times where we sit around and we'll drink and talk shit and be like,
Sure.
fuck, do you remember that cunt?
Reminisce.
Oh, fuck, he's actually gone, eh? And instead of, like, Facebook just, like, using your dead friend to promote their sponsors.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. Yeah, to advertise.
Are you done with news stuff?
I got a couple more things.
Go.
Well, the way that this guy justified taking his son's plasma as he presents it to the camera is like, so here was what I was thinking, is I'd give my dad a bunch of my plasma. And when my son heard about it, he was like, oh, Dad, I have to give you all my plasma now.
Bro,
So it's like a beautiful intergenerational thing, right? Except one of you was on a bizarre quest to live forever. So it kind of makes it different than what yours is.
Do you reckon he held him down?
No, he's got him psychologically, bro. He's got him psychologically. So his son,
but just for the kick of it,
his son was like
the
6
vampire
months.
side where he's just like, can't fuck him because it's my kid, but I can hold him down.
Yeah, I think if he needed to, he would. If he needed to, he would.
That cunt's watched Underworld way too many times.
Yeah, bro. Fuck, we can move on. That guy makes me too mad. Let's talk about Hilaria Baldwin. You all know about Hilaria Baldwin?
No.
Out of
Okay,
all
so-
of the things you get mad at,
Yeah.
why is this? How is this now? In
I'm
your,
not mad at Hilaria Baldwin. I'm endlessly entertained.
I love her name is Hilaria.
Who the fuck is Hilaria Baldwin?
It's
Oh,
she was
so-
born.
Alec Baldwin.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
Alec Baldwin.
he shoots people.
Yeah.
Just
Hey.
fucking ice him. They say something
Hey.
bad in his dressing room. Boom!
That's,
It's an accident. The armorer. It's
that's
her fault.
not
fucking
what
idiot.
happened. That's not what happened.
Jesus.
She was born Hillary Lynn Haywood Thomas.
Hang on.
Hillary Lynn Haywood Thomas.
Who
Yeah.
he's about to yell at is Alec Baldwin's wife.
Okay.
Now, I don't know why, because this has been in pop culture for a while.
Okay.
But, like, after a while, like, shit settles at the bottom, and
Sure, yeah.
he finds it. But
I didn't catch this at the time. But around the,
the
time,
time?
no, do you remember Rachel Dolezal?
Yeah.
She was president of her local chapter of the NAACP, and it turns out not black.
Yeah.
She
Is that
like
with
she
the- with
obsessively
the afro?
tans and
And
she curls her
No,
hair.
hang on,
but
hang on.
she's
hang
got
on.
blue eyes.
Hear me out.
She's got blue eyes, right?
Yeah.
Is it
Yes.
that bird?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's barely passing as a
Don't
black
ask
lady,
me-
but nobody questioned it until somebody did.
Don't ask me how I know this.
Yeah.
But Rachel Dolezal has an OnlyFans.
What?
Dude, last I heard, she has an OnlyFans and a teaching job. She's
Yeah.
still teaching African American studies somewhere.
Ah, I mean,
Yeah,
she's probably
man.
still qualified for it. You know,
She
just 'cause
knows
she's
a
not
lot
black.
about it.
Yeah,
There's no
to be
disputing
fair.
that.
To be fair.
She did some questionable things, but she
you reckon-
understands the topic.
Do you reckon she Tarantino's it and just does the voice?
Are you
know-
dropping N-bombs, maybe?
Oh, do you know about this?
No, what?
Oh, Quentin Tarantino.
Oh,
If he
when-
tells Samuel L. Jackson how to say the N-bomb, he says it?
It's
Like,
so
what
much,
do you mean?
No, it's so much
He
better.
says it lots, doesn't
When Tarantino is interviewed by black people,
oh,
he
yeah.
adopts their
Oh.
sort
Sort of.
and he
Sort of.
times it by 10.
he? Yeah.
It's like, so when you made this movie and you put Samuel L. Jackson in it, what was the motivation? He's like, well, let me holler at you, player. It's so bad. Like he's like,
Poor guy.
yeah. Tarantino is like finna to do something.
Yeah, bro. So Hilaria Baldwin is finna do something as well, man.
Hilaria Baldwin. Thank
So
you.
she's born in the US.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Fucking dick.
She's
Come
born
on,
in
fuck.
born in the US. Has spoke
We're
with
in
an
the
American
US,
accent.
like Texas,
no,
like
like regular mainland US, like
Boston.
Boston. It was Boston. Yeah. Born
Boston.
Hillary Lynn Haywood Thomas, but she went on the
It's got a
Today
W in
Show.
it, eh?
In 2022, she went on the Today Show with a full-on Spanish accent and pretended to forget the word for cucumber.
Oh.
She's chopping a thing like, I don't know what this is. I can't remember. Like, She's not Spanish. She's American. And her heritage is like English, German, Slovenian, like not remotely Spanish or Hispanic. But the Rachel Dolezal thing overshadowed this, and fair enough. Fair enough. But I just encountered this. And her talent agency listed her as being born in Mallorca, which she just wasn't. She was born in Boston.
There's an MMA fighter like that, bro. Her name's Mackenzie Dern. She's an American bird. And when she first started out, she was big in the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu scene.
Yeah.
Won a whole bunch of titles and shit.
Okay.
And when she first started and when she was young, she spoke with a American accent. Her father is Brazilian. And when she was like early 20s or something like that, she moved down. I believe she moved down to Brazil to live with her dad.
Yeah.
And then she started speaking and with the Portuguese
She
accent.
yeah,
And it got worse and worse and worse. And then she did the same thing, bro, where she pretended like she didn't know what a word was in English.
Yeah.
Hey, in a fucking onstage interview with reporters and shit, she's like,
Now,
¿Cómo estás? Which is,
everybody needs
It's
to
fun to
remember-
muck around, but
Dude.
to do it like on TV.
yeah, bro. Yeah, it's a
Dern.
massive meme on like all the MMA channels about Mackenzie Dern's
Mackenzie
accent.
Dern is pretty good at jiu-jitsu, though.
She's fucking phenomenal at it, especially in those tight shorts.
That lady could, like... I reckon Mackenzie Dern can fold my clothes, except I'll be in the clothes.
Oh, bro,
Yeah.
she would fuck you up. She'd fuck me up. Bro.
Now, do you remember in the height of the Me Too hysteria, where everyone was going mental about you can't say this, you can't say that, you can't do this, you can't do that.
Fuck off.
Mackenzie Dern had a fight, and Joey Diaz put on Twitter, I'd walk over glass to sniff Mackenzie Dern's butthole.
Joe Rogan, I'd walk over glass to sniff her underwear raw, Joe Rogan.
And
Let me tell you something, Mackenzie Dern.
and heaps of people were like real mad and real angry and trying to cancel Joey, not realizing you can't cancel Joey.
You cannot cancel Joey.
And I'm pretty sure
Strapped.
Fact
I'm
check
always
this.
strapped, Joe Rogan.
Can you fact check this? Mackenzie Dern was like, nice.
Yeah.
Like, even she got it. Yeah.
Queen.
Yeah, but her English to,
I
it's
think she's
hilarious.
allowed.
I mean,
My middle name's Mackenzie, so fucking go for it.
Now
It's weird, but not too weird.
Oh, bro, it's weird. As I said, it's memes all over the fucking
Oh.
MMA channels about it.
I love the idea of that, eh? Like, now I fight down here. And
Yeah.
I talk like this. Like,
And I forget words in English.
people's champion.
My native
Where am I?
language.
yeah, that'll be you fucking up, eh?
Yeah, bro.
You're like a cage fighter in Brazil, and you're
Yeah.
like, I would like to thank the
I'd like
people.
to thank the Kenyan motherland. What am I doing?
Come in wearing a fucking, not hijab, what do they call the hats?
Dashiki.
So whatever. Come in wearing one of the hats.
Oh shit, the Kenya thing reminds me. Did you see that there was a space object that crashed in Kenya?
Eh?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, bro, like a 500 kilogram, like fucking huge
Big
red hot metal ring.
Oh,
Yeah,
true.
yeah, like bigger than a man, massive
Do you know
metal
there's a
ring crashed
movie-
into the
there's a
The
movie-
Kenyan Space Agency responded, I
Hey?
didn't know they had a space agency.
It's just a little toy rocket strapped to a fucking bike.
No.
They don't have
Pedaling.
satellites,
Bro,
I don't
it's
think,
just the
but they-
most wasted fella in Kenya with a telescope. Just. I think I saw something.
Okay, there's a
Dude.
Kenyan space agency.
There's a
Apparently.
movie. There's
Yeah.
a movie called The Gods Must Be Crazy, and it's like a Coke bottle falling out of a plane, and African fellas find it, being like, "What the fuck?" Yeah.
Yeah.
But 500 kilos of space shit.
Yeah, I think it was 500 kilos. Yeah.
Did it land in South Africa?
Kenya.
Ah. Just gonna be like, well, it's Elon's. So.
Yeah, it could be Elon's. Nobody's claimed responsibility for it. It's
Well-
someone's massive fucking ring of metal that
Yeah.
didn't burn up on re-entry. Just
Fuck.
fell in Kenya.
I love the idea of a billionaire, like one of the richest people on the planet, spends his nights like dosed to the gills on ketamine, drinking whiskey he doesn't know how to pronounce, while yelling at photos of his exes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know that fella sets them up like Toy Story, eh? You know that's it, man. Just falls onto them.
Do you need to have a break before we talk some personal stuff? I just wanted to.
No, go personal.
My kid.
I need more beer. Is that a thing?
I could go for a beer.
Millen Dalvani, would you mind pouring
Should we
us a beer,
pause
bro?
and get more beer? And,
Okay, and then
and,
we'll talk of some stuff.
Okay.
It's a break time. It's a
podcast.
You want to talk ice cream, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Who's eating ice cream?
I eat ice cream.
I eat ice cream
Okay.
occasionally.
Who eats a normal amount of ice cream here? Ricky.
What's normal?
Ricky, you're a healthy dude.
Healthy-ish.
How much ice
Half a
cream
year.
would you eat a week?
Depends on the week. But
Give us an average.
Well,
In 6 months.
None. Every 6 months.
In 6 months, how much ice cream would you eat?
We might buy 2 tubs of ice cream.
In 6 months?
Yeah, it's just not something that we buy.
You are
Impressive.
But-
Yeah.
Yeah, no. But when we do buy it, I'll fucking hoe into it.
How much do you hoe into it?
If it's just me eating it, a tub will last maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 sittings.
Like
but-
sessions,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
less than half a liter
Yeah,
per
well,
go.
I put it in a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bro, do you have shots of ice cream? What the fuck, succession?
I have a regular amount of ice cream. You, however, how much ice cream do you eat, Helbers?
In 6 months, 4 times.
What about in one
maybe.
sitting?
I'll eat 2 liters.
That's fucking
That's
insane, bro.
That's fucked up. That's pathological.
Pathological.
To be honest, it gets way worse.
Yeah, I'm scared of you, knowing
know
that
how
you
I
eat
do
2
it?
liters.
Your
I
shits
started-
must be fucking.
I started with cookies. And I get a cookie, and I put heaps of ice cream on the cookie, and I put another cookie, and I make a big kahuna sandwich.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
that's
cookie
what they
just
were.
kept getting bigger and bigger.
No.
Soon
just,
enough,
no,
one
no,
cookie
no.
wouldn't do it.
No, that would be insane. You got to have 2 cookie sandwiches.
Bro, 2 liters at once is
And I
insane.
ate 2 of those. I ate 4 cookies, and then I'm like, that's me. I'm like a snake when it comes to junk food, bro. I'm like, I eat a whole sheep, and then 3 months later, I'm like, it's back.
It's finally worked its way through your system.
But see, like, if
2
I
liters.
in a sitting,
Bro, you're a
that's
monster.
easy.
That's fucking.
Bro, that's not counting like the massive feed I've had.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've eaten heaps of fucking food, and then I'm like, fuck, do you know what I need? An entire container.
I
of
couldn't
ice
drink
cream.
2 liters of water after a big dinner. You're eating 2 liters of ice cream.
You're a soft guy, though.
Oh my god. Okay.
Nah,
I feel like you're on the back foot. You got to push back, right?
Caveman. Nah, fucking caveman my way through there, bro. Like burgers and burgers.
Why though?
and
Why do
burgers.
that?
No, I don't know.
You don't know?
Yeah. It's the same as everything else that's awesome. You have to go until it's all gone.
I have a long-standing rule
Now, hang
with
on,
this
hang on.
podcast where I don't want it to be therapy, so we might have to change the subject.
Hang on. So, if I eat 2 liters
Yeah.
4 times in 6 months,
Yeah.
like
You're an animal,
and
bro.
4 months is like 4 times in 6 months is fucking probably.
That's not much, bro. If
That's
you're eating
pretty
it all in one sitting,
exaggerated.
but it's not about the
No, hang on.
conglomerate. It's about the
because
precision.
you're falling for his trick. Rick.
He's got me duped.
What he's done here is he's managed to get us to talk about our ice cream, but somebody has failed to mention that. How much ice cream do you go through weekly? Remembering that I know somebody that provides you with ice cream.
Weekly, half a liter.
Wife.
Half a liter,
Sorry.
I'd say weekly.
Half a liter.
And that's if the missus buys it. I don't buy it.
So
if she buys it,
in
then
a
I'll
month,
eat.
in a month you'd go through 2 liters of ice cream.
Yeah, I'd say
So in 6 months you go through 6.
Yeah.
So that's more than me.
Yeah.
It's not the aggregate, bro. It's
Yeah,
the
bro.
per session. That's the
Totally.
problem.
It's binging. And it's
Binging.
such an excessive version of binging. If someone was like, no, I don't smoke weed, but when I do, I smoke 9 grams of weed.
I love that person. That guy's the man. Yeah. No, I'm fucking. Fuck yous. How do you. Millen. Whose side are you on? This guy needs.
You're a 2 liter man, aren't you?
but like
whatever.
he's probably like
2 liter person.
2 liter every day or every 3 days. Like I bet his average is worse than
I
mine.
think if the ice cream's around,
4
I
and
might
6
behave
months.
differently. But I'm very cheap, and I know if I buy ice cream, I'll eat ice cream. So I don't buy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the missus
how
brings
about-
it, and
how
I
about-
restrict myself to not eating 2 fucking liters of it at a time.
How about if we were to sit down, if there was ice cream in front of us, how long
Yeah.
could you go without touching it?
Without touching it?
Oh,
Yeah.
not long. Not long at all. If there was ice cream in front of me, I'd be fucking
Against
having
you, we will both starve to death. We'll be skeletons in these chairs.
I just
still live
like
streaming.
I said, no. Mine, like I'm like a fucking ice cream vampire, bro.
Yeah.
Like I don't care. Like ice cream, fuck off. I don't care. And then
Right.
just occasionally,
You just
bro.
eat 10,000 calories.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
fucking wild.
Yeah. And I'll make a point of like the next day of like, fuck, I gotta go hard. Like I've gotta fucking work my ass off today, literally because of what I did last night. Like I'll get home after being brutalized and like, oh god damn it, I gotta do more shit. Like I gotta work out, I gotta stretch, I gotta yeah. It's a process, man. But
So-
not like you in your fucking
Hang on, so
satin
this
pants.
is like I'm familiar with this from alcohol. Sometimes you drink too much and then you doubt yourself hard out, like, oh, I'm such a fucking piece of shit, and you try like improve yourself. Have you ever had that?
No,
We
this
have
is
a
more
hangover?
like
No.
mitigating.
No, I've had the post-drink regrets. Like,
Yeah,
drove
like,
too
oh,
fucking
fuck, I
late,
shouldn't
do
do
it
that.
again.
I should.
You
fuck,
mean
I
the
can't be this guy.
anxiety?
The anxiety, bro.
Yeah.
You must
Nah.
have had that.
Oh fucking!
But you're describing it with food, and I'm not sure I've had that.
no. That's the only way I approach it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I approach ice cream like spirits.
See,
You wouldn't just have a little bit. You'll
Nope.
go hard.
No.
Now it's bad news. What you told me in the car then about what you brought with you.
Yeah, bro. I bought
Oh,
2
good.
liters of ice cream. No.
I don't know how you heathens eat your ice cream, but I scoop it out of the tub into a bowl.
Me too.
And then I put so the temptation to have
See?
any more. If I
Yeah,
was sitting
bro.
there with the tub like a fat cunt
Yeah.
and fucking eating out of it, then I might go through all of it.
We're civilized
But
folk. We
I-
get a bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it out of the thing, put it in there, put the thing away, and then it's gone. And then the temptation is
Oh,
gone.
you're
It's not
so better than me.
Yeah. In
Well,
this
no,
in this
because-
regard, I think we're better than you.
But you do this all the time. I do this like 4 times, where I'm just like, fuck it.
fuck it.
Whereas you guys are
Let's
like,
go.
You
Irritable
don't
bowel
understand how
syndrome.
there's a big difference between having a little bit sometimes and having way too much.
nah.
You don't think that? You
Nah.
don't think those are different
Nah.
things?
Like,
Okay.
like if I did a heroin every like 4 times a year, but you guys were always doing it, I'd feel way better than me. I'm
Right.
sorry, I'd feel way better
Yeah,
than
So
you.
if we have 2 Xanax a week or something, but you shoot straight heroin to the point of nearly dying 4 times a year,
week? Yeah.
you're being healthier than us.
Yeah, bro.
To be fair, bro,
No, healthier. What's that? No, not healthier. This has got nothing to.
No,
better
you're right,
than.
you're right, I framed
Better than.
bro,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
problem.
Better than. Not healthier.
The problem with your heroin analogy is that if the quantities were parallel, your amounts would kill you, whereas we would be fine. If you were, if the quantities of the 2 liters compared to what we eat
Yeah.
with the heroin, no,
Yo.
if they were parallel, your fucking amount would kill you. You would OD.
Turns
So,
out
so there's a problem, bro, with your analogy.
4 times a year.
4 times
Four,
a year.
four times a
now.
year, I take as much
4
heroin
times
as
in
I
6
can.
months, sorry. 4 times in 6 months, my bad. Yeah. Al, do you guys not like, do you not just,
Heroin?
when no
No.
one's around, you just order something and just gang fuck a bucket
Bro,
of food?
I honestly,
I
I
fat
try
cunt out,
not to
bro.
pig out.
I
I
fat cunt
try.
out.
Come on. This is my one. I don't do it with other stuff. I like.
Really?
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try
You never
and-
drink so much you fall over.
drink it- no, I'm talking about
smoke
food.
so
I'm
much
talking
you
about
fall
food.
asleep.
Talk about food.
Bro, over Christmas,
Do
I
so many
fat
lines. You
cunted
think
out.
of that. I might be God.
I might be God. Oh my God.
Maybe.
Oh my God.
Over Christmas, I fat cunted out so much. My fight was on December the 7th, and I lost like 14 kilos for my fight in
What'd you
about
fight at? What weight?
100. It was meant to be 90.
Really?
Yeah, it was meant to be 95. And then like 2 weeks out, my opponent said, "Oh, I'm not going to make 95. Can we do it at 100?" And I was like, well, yeah, we can still scrap. But
Fuck you,
95,
make me feel
the
bad.
first time I fought was at 90. So 95 was a
You're
compromise.
already gaining 5. That's bro. That's major.
And then I was giving up another 5. And so...
damn, like it should take you like a year to grow 5 kilos of muscle, right? It's tough.
Oh, yeah. There's no muscle growing. It's just fucking sweating shit out. But...
Just poor plant boy.
Yeah, so
I'm
I lost...
calling you plant boy.
Plant
What's a
boy.
plant boy?
You're plant boy because you can't
Am I
grow
a plant?
shit. Mm.
A plant boy?
No, like
what can't I grow?
muscles.
Oh, I can't grow muscles.
Like a plant.
You're so hurt by my evaluation of your ice cream habits. You're lashing out. It hurts.
I'm
it's sad to see.
out.
Can I pivot? My son has been giving me a lot of shit lately.
Is it because of how much ice cream you eat?
Yeah, bro. He's been coming at me. He told me specifically, don't eat all the ice cream, Dad. That really happened. Okay, he said, I when I put him to bed and whatever, like, hey, do you want to talk about anything? We'll get, your feelings, whatever. Sing a song, and then good night. And then I say, I love you, Ben. Good night. And he goes, I love you too, Dad, even though you hurt me.
Oh.
Yo, what? Dude, did I hurt your feelings or something? He's like, no, you hurt my body. I was like, yo, what?
When you backhanded me earlier, Dad, far out.
What is this? He's like, just like, so sometimes you get hurt. And like, what do you mean, like, when we're play fighting? He's like, yeah, you always say it's an accident. I'm like, dude, this is... but the instinct, right, is to go, don't fucking tell anybody else this.
Oh, yeah, bro.
But I don't say
bro.
that because I assume the next time he tells the story, it includes... Daddy told me not to tell anybody else. Like, we roughhouse and shit. He was just saying it weird.
But when my young fella was little, I remember he had a shower and it was a little bit cold, like just colder than he wanted.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I can just turn it up. And he's like, thanks. I'm glad you're not hurting me anymore. And I was like, I'm not fucking, what? And he goes, cold really hurts. Like, looked at me like, dude, I ain't fucking doing this on purpose, cause like you, and same deal. It's like you just, it's interesting that you can't say that, or like just make sure you don't tell anyone this happened.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, no, he's just at that age when he'll say anything, and I don't need to put that idea in his head.
When I was a little kid, my dad looked after me one day when I was sick, and we went to my mum's work to pick her up, and mum was like, how was your day? I was like, oh, it was pretty bad. I'm like 3. And she's like, oh, it was bad. Why was it bad? And I was like, oh, because my dad fed me jelly meat, and then he kicked your cat. And my mum was like, he what? And I was like, yeah, he picked your cat up, and he threw it, and then it bounced, and he kicked it like a drop kick with a football. And he kicked it into the fence, and he said, I hate you, cat. And then he gave me cat food. And my mum was like, and goes over to my dad, and she's like, hey. And he goes, did he fucking tell you? And just recited it word for word. And she's like, yeah, that's exactly what he said. And he goes, he told me 3 hours ago that he was going to tell you that. And yeah. Apparently I was full of shit ass.
Oh.
Hey, do you want to do a tunnel talk and get out of here?
I think we should
put a stinger on and do it. Quick break, stinger on, tunnel talk.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, some fool kid raised on stories of clouds and stars get it in his head to go to the surface.
It's tunnel talk, everybody.
Prisoners of the sky, they call them. Feels easier than the truth.
Please don't look
Some
at me.
pray for them. Light candles. Scratch their names on the wall.
I wish this was longer.
I try
Just
to
a
forget 'em.
library for a brain, eh?
I learned a long time ago, there's only one refuge. The tunnels.
So, moving on, before we hear from the guy that it's like R.L. Stein busted a nut on a tab of acid, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, bro.
Tunnel?
I'm happy to be doing tunnel talk, honestly. I've been looking into the Tokyo Resilience Project. Super interesting. So Tokyo...
Bro, hang on. There's a lot of talk about you being a Chinese spy.
What do you mean?
There's heaps to talk about.
Well, like chatter? What do we talk about? Is it on
just
Reddit?
chatter on the
Are
dark
there
web.
Reddit tours?
On the
No,
dark
I
web.
said it wrong. I'm telling heaps of people you're a Chinese spy. And now you're, like, actively
Actively what?
telling people about how good your Chinese tunnels are.
Do you know where Tokyo is, Elvis?
It's in China.
That's not correct.
I use is it?
You try pass it off. Okay.
No, I fucked that up completely.
So
but
it's-
is it China and Japan are the tunnel people?
China and Japan are the tunnel people. Yes, that is correct. That is what they say. So Tokyo.
I like it when it sounds racist, but no one can work out how.
I mean,
Hey.
there's something wrong with it, but it would take a long time to drill down into it.
Yeah.
Tokyo, in Japan, is a very densely packed city.
Japan, China. Sorry.
Yeah, they're bitter enemies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
For now.
yeah,
Volatile history.
totally. Tokyo has problems with like flooding, earthquakes. They're on the ring of fire, but also on like another tectonic seam or whatever as well. So they're also reasonably wealthy and they're very smart, and they're like, okay, well, let's look 100 years into a future, and our future rather, and see, like, let's build it now as though it's still going to be good in 100 years.
That's sick.
One of the things that this leads them to doing is making this underground reservoir, which is like... did you see Lord of the Rings 1?
Yeah.
In the Mines of Moria?
Yeah.
This is what they fucking built, bro. Okay,
You
so normally I
shall
don't...
not
Normally I wouldn't
pass.
play... Correct. Normally I wouldn't play a video on
That's
Tunnel
when he's
Talk.
like, use the birds. I mean,
But
fly,
I-
you
Oh,
fools.
run, you fools.
Dude, I tried to describe this as cool as what we're about to see. Instead, this is from the B1M. I want you guys to check it out.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So there's 100-year looking at 100 years into the future project, right? Okay. Yeah, this is fantastic. I obviously queued it up at exactly the right spot. Look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Concrete
200 meters
cathedral.
long and 25 meters high with these massive columns in it.
I have seen this before.
Have you really?
Yeah.
The channel's called the B1M, and honestly, it puts out it's like fully realized tunnel talk is what these guys do.
To
I
be
would say.
honest, every time I've seen this, it was like corrected, like community notes is like, this is actually, yeah.
What? Like
No, like people, sorry, I've missaid that. People would put up like, how does the structure exist? And then it was community noted being like, no, this is
they
a
built
fully,
it. That's how it
yeah,
exists.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're saying it took them 17 years to build this reservoir, and what they're doing now is doubling the size of it.
That's sick.
And they're running a 12-meter TBM underneath Tokyo for kilometers. 12 meters. They reckon it'll pump 200 tons a second. We can probably kill this now. Pump 200 tons a second of water. So it collects water from like local rivers and stuff, not just from the streets, but from rivers and stuff that are already flooding and about to put other stuff at
shit.
risk. Yeah, and can transport through this like the scale of it's fucking crazy, and I don't know.
It's
I mean,
it's hard to.
I don't want to divert listeners away from our fabulous tunnel talk, but the B1M video on this is very, very good. So I guess that's my tunnel talk this week.
Far, man.
Thrilling.
Do you know who sucks at tunnels?
Who sucks at tunnels?
Everybody except the 48 countries in Asia.
What about the Norwards? The Flemish?
Yeah.
The
True,
Pharaoh.
True. They get an honourable mention.
Yeah.
That's like how Dutch people are good at kickboxing
Yeah.
because of going and hanging out with cunts who are good at kickboxing.
Yeah. Dutch
Yeah.
people and Kiwis, it turns out. Did you win your fight, by the way? We
Yes, I
didn't even
did.
ask that.
Yes, I did.
So are you 2-0?
1-1.
1-1.
1-1. My first fight, I fought a boxer.
Yeah.
And so kickboxing and boxing range is very different. And he just got in my face and punched the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
I got to
And
admit,
it was an early stoppage.
Yeah.
A lot of people have told me, but like the guy was landing, so
Yeah,
I couldn't
yeah.
fault it. But this one I won.
Nice.
Yeah, decision
Hell yeah,
too.
bro.
So I would have preferred to get the knockout. I almost dropped him with a body shot, which is my like favorite shot. But yeah, liver shot, bro. I've put down heaps of cunts with it.
oh, you got to be high on my list of people I don't want to smash me.
I'm a lover though. I'm not a fighter. I don't want to like outside
That's
of
way
competition.
worse.
and
He's way
sparring.
more scared of being loved by you.
I love you. I fuck you till you love me.
Am I?
Yeah, but getting the win by decision was awesome. It was really awesome. It was fucking hard. He was a big cunt.
It sounds hard case, and I was telling you off here before, but yeah, I love your social media, cuz.
Oh, thank you so much, bro.
I'm a massive fan of your shit. I've known you for years, and we've had interactions here and there, but seriously, dude, I fucking love your social media.
Yeah, bro.
Oh.
Thank you for being on
follow-
the show.
Oh, thank
please,
you.
Yeah,
please
yeah.
plug your stuff again, man.
Yeah.
We'll get out of
Okay,
here.
well, from the top, there is the Drop Clutch, which
This podcast.
where I interview metal drummers from around New Zealand. I've got
Yeah, and if you're an awesome metal drummer, can they message you?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Ricky Drums on
Wow,
Facebook.
do that. There you go.
But I've interviewed Levi from Organectomy, Stu from fucking Plague of the Fallen. I've interviewed heaps of cunts, heaps of awesome
Yeah,
cunts.
bro.
Kane from Crooked Royals, which is like a Periphery-esque type band. I've toured with them actually a couple of times. Did I think a French tour.
Sick.
It might not have been France, but they did a tour with them.
Yeah, man.
Their manager is the same
It's
manager
just-
as Periphery.
You've
So,
got to
yeah.
win the. Hey, do you want to plug some stuff? You've got
He
to
has
have
stuff.
the longest list of
Yeah.
stuff. And I'm not saying that to be like, hurry it up. I'm saying it
Yeah.
out of complete awe.
Well-
that is so awesome.
Yeah, you're up to shit, bro.
If
Yeah,
I
like
can give
that.
you a breakdown of everything
that's
that
my
I do.
favorite shit is people who are up to stuff.
If I can list everything that I do, because
Do
I
it,
do a
do
lot
it,
of shit.
do it.
Right. So first and foremost, I'm a husband and a father, a very loving and loved
Check you
husband
out. How
and
do we
father.
look at that? How do we get involved with that? How do we?
So yeah, loving husband and father.
So if you want Ricky as a husband, just go on Instagram and Ricky Fox. No.
Ricky Fox, yeah. I am.
That's the NSFW. There's another one that's Ricky Parent.
Yeah.
All ages.
Oh, bro, you found it. I play drums in a like mutant metal band called Teeth and Nails. I'm a gig promoter, so my my promotional name is.
I'm not
A
going to
Gig
say this
by
live,
R.
but we have really something funny to tell you about one of these people in Teeth and Nails. But keep going with your promoting.
So a gig by R. So I host shows. I've been doing it for fucking like 15 years. I held a metal battle of the bands about 12 years ago at Valhalla because I was sick of entering battle of the bands competitions and my band losing because they don't like metal. They give it to some fucking pop indie shit. So I had a metal battle of the bands. Last year I had Finis Omnium 2, which was a huge show. And I also had Vehemence a couple of weeks later. And I'm going to do Finis Omnium 3 this year, and it's going to be a 2-dayer. So it's in August. I'm working on getting the bands now, but it's going to be a pretty fucking big one, which I'm excited as fuck about. I'm loath to call myself a kickboxer because I've only had 2 fights.
But you'll
and they
fight
were-
any listener.
Oh, I mean, if they give me cause to.
Boomerang, you hear this, bro? He's coming for you.
If they give me cause to. But I have had a couple of kickboxing fights. The most recent was about a month ago. I also coach at Throwdown Academy, coach kickboxing or Muay Thai, so training the next generation of fighters.
Fuck yeah,
I
bro.
work.
That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, bro.
I work 52 hours a week at a job.
That's dumbass. Don't do that.
I also
You don't have to do
host.
that.
Wow, yeah. I also host a YouTube series where I interview metal drummers from around the country. So that's dad, husband, kickboxing coach, kickboxing fighter,
Chop
podcast.
You need more fingers.
Podcast. Drummer in a death metal band. Event organizer. Thank you, Jizzy. That's what I was looking for.
How do people get hold of you?
Ricky Drums is my shit posting page account on Facebook. I'm also RickyJJ86 on Instagram, and that's pretty much it. I'm
going to grab all your shit and put it in all the descriptions of everything to do with this episode.
Sure. There's a bit there.
Everyone look out for Bird Strike. It's been fantastic.
Bro, actually, do you know what would be funny?
What?
We should increase the knowledge of bird strike by throwing chickens at people.
Bro,
we'll get Ricky.
Jared,
Thank you
to come so much for having me, bro. I really appreciate it. Jizzy,
thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, bro.
Thank you.
This
Thank you for being here, Ricky.
This has been a fucking pleasure and an honor, dude.
Good night, everybody.
You suck.
I don't want to hear the segments prior. I just want to hear the tunneling part. In my heart I have but one desire,